Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Glow Up Guide. So, today's topic is about how to get good skin. I honestly had no clue what to talk about this week, but these days my skin has been looking better than it has in a really long time, actually. And my skin has always felt like it had some sort of skin issue at like every point in my life, but now I feel like my skin is really good and I really like it, and I feel a lot more confident in it now. And I feel like I should share my experience and advice with all of you guys because you never know who it might help. And a lot of these tips are actually really obvious. And you probably hear this stuff a ton, but it's always good to get a reminder of it. And there's also like other things that you probably have never thought were wrecking your skin that might not seem to correlate with your skin health at all, but they do. Okay, so podcast updates and life updates. Podcast updates. First of all, the reason I'm recording this a day late. So last week's episode, let's start with that. I ended up recording the episode on hobbies. That's what the recording is, but I put the title of today's episode on it. I like just fixed it. But yeah, what else? And then I accidentally recorded the same thing yesterday and I didn't realize until I recorded the quote, which is the last 30 seconds of the episode. So I was really pissed off and I was just like, I'm not doing this today because I had to work on something for my art class and I was just like, I'm done. I'm not doing this shit today. So that's why we're recording a day late. Or this episode isn't up a day late too. So yeah, apologies about that, but made a really dumb mistake. Moving on. We hit 900 plays, so that's really good. Yeah, I'm really excited about that. Actually, at like 915 as of right now, as of yesterday. I didn't check my thing today, but hopefully it's gone up. I don't know. But that's that. Really hoping I can get to 1,000 by the end of March because that's like my next really big milestone. And I honestly think I'm making pretty good progress. My goal was to get to 1,500 by the end of the year. I might honestly make it to make it to 2,000 by the end of the year. I don't know. That sounds kind of like a long shot right now because like yeah because if I'm right, if my math is right, it's gonna take me till the end of March to get to 1,000, and then that's like 3 months, 200 plays in about 3 months. So yeah, I probably won't make it to 2,000 by the end of the year, but who knows? Maybe a miracle will happen, and I'll hit 2,000 by the end of the year. So yeah. But that's that for podcast. And then life updates. So there's my friend's birthday party on the 17th, her 14th birthday party. So that was really fun. We played Mafia at the end of it, and I won, and no one guessed I was the murderer because I literally just yapped for 20 minutes straight about being reincarnated as a fish, and yeah, that's literally it. So that's fun. And then I hung out with one of my friends who I haven't seen in a while on Saturday. We just yapped about everything and nothing for an hour straight, and then we made like a mug cake. That was actually really good. And then what else did we do? We played like this game, Bananagrams. It's like a take on Scrabble almost, but also not. So that was really fun. But yeah, that's been my life the past week. Pretty normal week. Oh, dumps on homework. That's wonderful. Yeah, I kind of hate school right now because it sucks because I have so much homework. Not even funny. It should be literally illegal to have this much homework. I am not even joking. It's that bad. Okay, yeah. So let's do one thing we're grateful for and one thing we're happy about. Happy about plus our book of the week. So one thing I'm grateful for is like probably chocolate. Honestly, just chocolate. I know that sounds really random, but I'm grateful that chocolate exists. Because honestly kind of a chocolate addict for someone who doesn't eat a lot of sugar. Like I eat chocolate almost every single day, but I still stay within my sugar limits. So yeah. Um Moderation is really key. Like you can be addicted to something and still have it in moderation, you know? Like I'm a chocolate addict and I love desserts, but that doesn't mean I'm eating them all the time. Like I still stick to my sugar limits, which isn't a lot, honestly, considering the amount of sugar that's in like store-bought cookies and cakes these days. Like it's a lot. So yeah, but chocolate is something I'm really grateful for because it keeps me sane, I guess. I don't know. And then one thing I'm happy about is like the nice weather outside. Yesterday and today the weather was super good on my run yesterday, my walk today. It was so nice. Like I didn't even need a sweatshirt today because it was almost 60 degrees Fahrenheit outside, and like it was like the slightest wind, and it felt really nice. It's the kind of wind that's like feels really nice. So that was fun. I'm just happy about the weather. Spring is coming. We are getting out of winter, guys. So that's something to look forward to. And then our book of the week is Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. So this is a book that is really popular on social media, and so far it's a good book, I guess. Yeah. I'm gonna read the back cover of it. So it says Anastasia Allen has worked her entire life for a shot at Team USA. It looks like everything is going according to plan when she gets a full scholarship to the University of California, Maple Hills, and lands a place on their competitive figure skating team. Nothing will stand in her way, not even the captain of the hockey team, Nate Hawkins. Nate's focus on as team captain is on keeping his team on the ice, which is tricky when a facilities mishap means they are forced to share a rink with the figure skating team, including Anastasia, who clearly can't stand him. But when Anastasia's skating partner faces an uncertain future, she may have to look to Nate to take her shot. Sparks but whoa. Okay. Anastasia isn't worried because she can never like a hockey player, right? Um, so pretty good. I'm like a third of the book in, and it's a little over a third, and it's a pretty good book. Um, yeah, pretty funny people actually. They're all very funny people, and it's okay. Yeah, definitely think you should read it. Okay. So where to start with this? Yikes. I don't really know. Okay, so how about we start with maybe I was maybe like 9, something close to that. I had really bad dark circles under my eyes. That was also when like my skin got heavily affected by the sun and got like 10 shades darker in one summer. I'm not even joking. So the dark circles weren't really problematic, and I was 9, so like why would I care? But over time, I grew to like hate them because when I saw my face in the mirror, it was like the first thing anyone noticed. Honestly, like, well, not anyone, but they probably did. I noticed that was definitely the first thing I noticed about my face, my stupid dark circles, and it was like really bad. Hated it. But yeah, I just grew to hate them. And then that winter, my skin obviously just got lighter because winter, and the dark circles really stood out. And then once again, I was 9. I didn't really care. It didn't really matter. And my biggest problems were in life were solving math problems and finding my friends at a park or something like that. I was 9. I want to say like when I was 11, I started to notice like the dark spots a lot more, and like I hated it. When I looked at myself in the mirror, it felt like that was the only thing you could see, like the first thing you could see about my face, the darkness under my eyes. So that was my first chaotic skin struggle, but then I proceeded to do literally everything I could to get rid of the dark circles, tried so many different things. But the first thing I did, obviously, is figure out everything that could be possibly causing those damn dark circles. It was like lack of sleep, lack of water, poor skincare, poor circulation, discoloration, thin skin under the eyes, all of those things. I did a bunch of research trying to figure out every possible reason. And there were a lot more than these, but I felt like they were relevant to me, so I don't really care about those. But there were far too many reasons why I could have had those damn dark circles. But one of the first things I did was using like cold compresses and an ice roller on my under eye area. That worked really well. Like the number one thing that helped with my dark circles, and I don't really remember why putting this cold stuff on dark circles helped to minimize them, but I'm pretty sure it has to do with like minimizing water retention, which can lead to like puffiness and darkness under your eyes. Using an ice roller and or a cold compress can also really help with acne for whatever reason. I do not remember why, and it feels nice too. You can do this once every morning to like wake you up and make your face less puffy, but that is one thing that really worked. You can just use like ice cubes on your face, but apparently that's not good for your skin. I don't know. I didn't do this every day. I did it maybe a few times a week, so I don't really care. I just use direct ice, but I learned a few days ago that it is not the best for your skin, so maybe just like put a tissue over an ice cube and like put it on your face. I don't know. Or you can buy like a silicone ice roller mold that you can just pour water into, and then like you freeze it, and then you take the top off, and then you can like rub it on your face. That's what I do. I got my silicone ice roller thing on Temu for $8, or you can just put your jade roller in the fridge if you already own one. But that ice roller was $1 well spent though, not expensive at all. And then another thing that worked really well for the dark circles is using a jade roller. I bought a jade roller for my 11th birthday, I want to say, and it is one of the best things I've ever bought. Honestly, it worked like magic on the dark circles and stuff. Using a jade roller improves circulation, which in turn can make your face look a lot less puffy, and it also makes your skin look a lot healthier. Because there's nutrients in your blood, and when your blood circulation is improved, your skin gets more nutrients, which in turn makes your skin look a whole lot better and brighter. And any jade roller will work really. I used to do my skincare routine and then use the jade roller foam on my face for like about a minute after applying moisturizer, literally 2 minutes a day. And the huge difference in barely a month, they were reduced by at least 70% combined with the ice rolling and cold compresses and stuff. So crazy difference for 2 minutes a day and $5. It was so worth it. If you're thinking about getting a jade roller, do it. It's amazing on dark circles. Okay, so this is technically a whole separate struggle on its own, but dryness. I want to talk about my lifelong struggle and still struggle with dry skin later in this episode. But when your skin is really dry, it can look kind of sad and kind of dull. And I have naturally very dry skin, and life factors can affect this too. In the summer, the dryness isn't that bad, like obviously. I think this is true for literally anyone with dry skin. But in the winter, after I wash my face, my skin will be so dry it hurts to even like talk unless I put moisturizer on or like make any sort of facial expression. It is that bad. I searched it up because I knew that the second I put on moisturizer, my skin looks a million times more like glowy and better in general. So I wanted to know if dryness was affecting my under eye darkness and stuff. Turns out excessively dry skin can cause the dark circles under your skin to look a lot worse than they actually are, because when your skin is super dry, it will just look and feel dull and dead. Dryness isn't a cause of dark circles though. It can just make them look worse. That's what I'm trying to say here. But moisturizing your skin properly will really help your skin's appearance a lot. If you have oily skin, you can use like a water-based moisturizer to hydrate your skin, but it won't add extra oil to your skin. Like there's this Neutrogena Hydro Boost moisturizer. I know that's really good for people with oily skin because it's water-based and it has hyaluronic acid in it, so it's not going to add extra oil to your skin. And also, if you have combination skin, there are a lot of moisturizers that target that. You can use two different moisturizers, like I know some people with combo skin do. Just make sure you use some sort of moisturizer on your skin to help minimize how bad the dark circles look, I guess? Question mark. Drinking enough water. Okay, so I don't think I mentioned this the whole episode, but I never actually fully got rid of my dark circles. They are very minimal now, and they're not really super noticeable. Like it's not like it's the first thing you notice when you see my face, and I'm happy with that. I'm content with that. I don't really care anymore. Um, I quit like ice rolling. I quit jade rolling, but I still moisturize my face a lot. Like I use when I started to try and get rid of these moisturizing my face, I use half as much moisturizer on my face as I do now, and like that's not a lot because to begin with, it's not a lot how much I use now because I have a very small face. So that is saying something. Um, but yeah, that's the only thing I've ever stuck with, and I honestly think it helps a lot. And it's not like my dark circles have come back or anything. So yeah, they're very minimal now, not really noticeable. But a lack of water, that is a common reason why so many people suffer from dark circles. A good percentage of our skin is made up of water, so we need water to function, and you gotta make sure you're drinking enough water. These days, they say half your body weight in ounces is a good place to start. So, like, I weigh 92 pounds, I would need 46 ounces of water a day, something like that. You need to hydrate your skin from the inside and the outside for it to be good and healthy, so just drink enough water. Easier said than done, but try your best. Get enough sleep. This one wasn't really a problem for me, but it is a problem for a ton of other people. I get enough sleep, at least most of the time. 8 to 10, well, yeah, 8 to 10 hours a night, and I need anywhere from 8 to 10 anyway, so that's good. I sleep more on the weekends too, probably too much on weekends, but like, oh well, I don't really care. These days, though, almost no one gets enough sleep for tons and tons of reasons. First one and most common one is that they feel like there are better things to do than sleep. Many people, maybe people are staying up late doing homework or answering emails or something like that. If you're staying up late, then can barely function the next day because you're so tired. That is going to negatively affect your school and work quality. It is going to have the opposite effect, and you're just going to be even less productive the whole day. So yeah, and if you're staying up late, that's just doing the opposite of what you want it to do. Opposite effect. And if you're saying that you can function on very little sleep, that just means you've gotten so used to the negative effects of a lack of sleep that it doesn't really bother you anymore. And that used to be me, and that sucks. Another reason, well, more like two, is like coffee and screens. Caffeine keeps you up late, even if you drink it at what seems like fairly early in the day. Caffeine shouldn't be consumed anywhere from 6 to 8 hours from bedtime. For those who are more sensitive to caffeine, it should be avoided 10 to 12 hours from bedtime. Caffeine stays in your bloodstream for a really long time. I did not know that until research for one episode. I don't know. I searched it up. Caffeine shouldn't be consumed too close to bedtime because it can really impact your sleep quality. The blue light emitted from screens can trick your brain into thinking it's time to be awake and alert, and that can cause you to stay up late too. So you want to quit screens an hour or two before bed. Get good sleep. Get good sleep. Good sleep, good skin. So those were the things that helped me a ton for fixing my dark under eyes. Like I said, they aren't completely gone, and I'm fine with that. They used to be 100 times worse than what they are now, and I'm fine with it. It's not even that bad anymore. So, like, I don't really care. My next big skin struggle is, which is something tons and tons of people from really all ages deal with, freaking acne. Acne is the absolute worst. It freaking sucks. It's weird for me because of my genetics. My mom had perfect, like literally perfect, literal perfect skin her whole life, even through teenage years, like her whole life, perfect. No acne whatsoever. My dad had the world's worst acne as a teen. So I have a mix of that. Acne, quotation marks, emphasis on that. Acne that will get really bad if I don't control it. And it's not even like actual acne. I don't really know how to explain this. I have had an actual zit about once or twice in my life. It's just like these weird red bumps, mainly on my forehead and cheekbones. Some things I do make them worse, and not doing those things makes them better and less visible. So it's really just like I have a like the weirdest. It's considered acne, but also not. It's so weird. So like I have acne that is controllable. I have a ton of tips for acne, and those tips also work for a ton of other skin issues. And the first one and biggest thing that helped me so much and in so many other parts of my life is cutting back on processed sugar. I have mentioned the fact that I don't eat a lot of sugar a ton of times on this podcast. I have mentioned it in this single episode today, and I'm going to talk about it again. So, buckle up, I guess. We're going on this again. This is maybe 2.5 years ago. I remember it was after I moved, and I moved maybe 3.5 years ago. So, yeah. My mom was just scrolling on YouTube Shorts, and one of those shorts came up, and it was about the reasons for the exact same red bumps I had, and it showed a photo, literally the exact same thing I had. And it said that processed sugar, like the kind in cookies and chocolate, is the main cause of it. So I pretty much cut out all processed sugar. I felt really tired and just like weird for a few days, maybe a week, but then I started to see like drastic changes. I had so much more energy. My skin was getting a lot better. I was losing a good amount of weight, which was not a good thing in my situation, but I fixed it. And as of a couple months ago, so that's good. The constant redness on my face that I couldn't seem to get rid of was going away. I was a lot less bloated too. So it was like this for a while. After 6 weeks to 2 months or so, I had like 10 times more energy. My skin was almost perfect. No more redness. Lost 17 pounds. Significantly less bloating. Everything was better with my health. My life was like literally so much better. I did not realize that processed sugar affected me that much until I cut it out. The number one thing that helped me get rid of my acne for the most part, and the redness too, I cut back on it for the most part, but I still eat cookies and cakes just significantly less than I used to. And I'm very conscious about every gram of sugar I eat. It's not like I'm addicted to tracking my sugar. Like, I don't know, but like I'm conscious of it. It's different when you're so obsessed with like there's like severe dieters. I'm trying to figure out a way to explain this, but there's like severe dieters, and they're just like so adamant about their diet. They're like 1,000 calories a day and just so strict about it and so hard on themselves. And I have that same energy put towards it. Like I put in a lot of effort, but I'm intentional and I am conscious about it. I'm not just gonna eat a whole box of chocolates and not even realize. I'm going to eat a piece of chocolate and then see if I really want more. Is that the best for me? And if I have hit my sugar limits for the day, I am very conscious about every gram of sugar I eat. So there's a significant difference, even though it sounds similar. Like my mom's like, "You're so obsessed with tracking your sugar." I'm like, it's not called being obsessed with it. It's called being intentional about it. So that's something to watch out for. But it's literally the best thing you can do about your acne. Another thing is dairy. There are certain foods that can cause gut inflammation, like certain food groups, which can in turn lead to acne worsening and a bunch of other skin issues like redness. The redness was caused by inflammation, definitely. So sugar, salt, dairy, and I think red meat and a few other things can cause that type of gut inflammation. The only big one for me though is sugar. Dairy is a minor issue. I don't really monitor dairy that much, maybe like a tenth or a twelfth of the effort I put into tracking sugar intake. I avoid dairy whenever I can though. Um, the only dairy I consume a lot of though is cheese. I love cheese. I eat some cheese at least every single day. So I mean, I just don't eat cheese whenever it's not really needed. Like if I had to choose between eating a cheese stick and an apple, I'd probably eat the apple instead of the cheese stick like I would have before I learned this. But dairy can also cause gut inflammation and acne, and the inflammation can also cause redness and stuff. So learn from my experience. Quit touching your face. We touch a lot of things in a day, and all of those things have dirt and bacteria and germs. And like, if you go to school or work, who knows how many people touch the things that you are touching? Every time we touch our face, all that bacteria and dirt and germs in our hands go onto our faces, and that can cause clogged pores and acne. This is one that helped me clear up my skin a lot too. And if you have a long time habit of just like resting your chin on your hand or something like that, that is a habit I have been trying to break since like literally forever and like over 2 years now. And I still am failing sometimes, but habits take time to change, especially if they're like long time habits. Um, try and keep your hands busy though. That's something that can really help. Have a tiny like fidget toy with you at all times. That can really help. And honestly, I just like clasp my hands together and keep them in my lap instead of like resting my face on my hand on or something. Like I don't know. There's like fidget rings, like you can buy those. Those can keep your hands busy. Just don't touch your face as much as you can, and always wash your hands before doing skincare. This is a habit I picked up after I started my curly hair routine because I have to mess with my hair a lot, and I don't want all my curly hair products going on my skin because at the beginning when I started my curly hair routine, that caused my acne was significantly worse. But now I figured out ways to keep my hair away from my face. I wash my hands a lot, like whenever I touch my hair, and I avoid touching my skin as much as I can, and I make sure my hair doesn't touch my skin, all of that. Wash your hands before doing any skincare unless you like just got out of the shower or something. Next one, wash your face twice a day no matter what, and double cleansing at night. So two things kind of rolled into one. First off is washing your face twice a day, once in the morning and once at night. This is so obvious. Everyone tells you to do it, but also so important. I can't stress its importance enough. I used to wash my face only once a day in the middle of the day because I thought that would help with my dry skin. And yes, it did, but it also worsened my acne. So I started washing my face twice a day and it really helped the acne. You need to wash your face in the morning to get rid of any dirt that may have gone rubbed on your face from your sheets and pillows throughout the night. You also need to wash your face at night to get rid of all the dirt that may have gone on your face throughout the day. Really basic, but also really important. And the next thing is double cleansing. So right now, it's been maybe like 3 weeks, and I've been double cleansing my face every night, maybe like 4 times a week. And I used to do that. I used to use my double cleansing, okay, 4 times a year because I do not wear makeup that often. But now I wear makeup literally like every day. Well, not every day, but like I wear like very light makeup for school. Like I curl my lashes, I put on mascara, and I do like this lip treatment, and I put on lip gloss. So not a whole lot, but yeah, very minimal stuff. And anyways, I double cleanse almost every night as much whenever I can, and my skin has never been better. So much less acne, and it seems counterintuitive and like it makes no sense. But the reason this works is that oil attracts oil. The oil-based cleanser pulls out all the oil-based dirt from your pores, reducing acne. You have to follow it up with a water-based cleanser though. This is actually one of the main secrets to Korean glass skin, and it's an amazing tip for acne and textures on your skin and stuff like bumps, yada yada. Okay. Use as few skincare products as you possibly can. I used to have like a 5-step skincare routine, and that was probably my skin at its worst. It took friggin' forever to do, and it pissed me off. But now, all I do, use a turmeric soap bar to cleanse my face, and then this Cetaphil moisturizer, plus a cleansing balm at night. Literally it. My skin has never been better, and I wouldn't recommend acne treatments like spot treatments, but I've never used one before, so I don't really know. Everyone's skin is different. I know my friend used an acne like face wash, and it works really well for her. But so like if it works for you, keep doing it. I would personally never touch an acne face wash because I like my skincare routine already, and it's working for me. Okay, I don't use acne treatments because my acne is honestly not that bad. Not even real acne, but variation of it. Like it will do what works, okay? Because everyone's skin is different. I'm just speaking from my experience because I feel like these things might help someone out there. I don't know. You can test one of my suggestions and see if it works. So that it's just something to try and like you can experiment. But I'm not giving you like set in stone rules for what to do. You just gotta do what works for you because everyone's skin is different. Like cleanser, moisturizer, plus an oil-based cleanser at night. That's really all you need for your skincare routine. And sunscreen. I'm trying to be better about wearing sunscreen and failing all the freaking time. Less is more when it comes to dealing with acne, though. Keep your hair away from your face. Like I said, really important for acne. A lot of times, your hair can actually be a common cause of acne, and we won't even realize it, especially if the acne is on your forehead and your cheeks, maybe like the part of your cheek that your hair touches. That acne might actually be caused by your hair. This is something that didn't really matter a ton for me, and I started becoming obsessed with getting rid of my acne because my hair was a disaster, and I went blind if I kept it down and got really annoyed. So it was in a ponytail 24/7. But now this is something that I worry about a lot more because I'm taking my hair in my hair a lot better, and that means a lot of curly hair product. I don't want those products getting on my face and to start causing acne and clogging up my pores. And plus, I wear my hair down at least twice a week now instead of twice every 6 months or so. And that's why I try to keep my hair out of my face as much as I can. And I wash my face more consistently. I'm super consistent about washing my face now. Keep your hair clean as well as keeping it out of your face because even if it does touch your face, if it's clean, less problematic. So keep your hair clean, out of your face. So those are all the things I did for my acne that really helped a lot, and that I still do most of them in order to maintain my clear enough skin. But what I did want to say is that you have like really painful and large pimples that are red and inflamed all over your face, and they simply won't go away no matter what you do. see your dermatologist. It's not a bad thing. I have a friend who used to have really, really bad acne, like I just described, all over her face. And it was really painful for her too. It sucked. But then she saw a dermatologist and that got some sort of like treatment. And now her skin, it like almost glowing, like flawless in 3 to 4 months. So that can really make a huge difference. But those are all my acne tips and tricks. Next area of my skin experience question mark is dry skin. My skin is dry as a damn Sahara desert. It sucks, but it's been a lifelong problem. But I have found ways to deal with it that make my life easier. And outside factors also affect my skin, mainly weather and seasons. In the summer, dryness isn't super bad, mainly because of the humidity. But in the winter is the absolute worst, mainly in January because that's when it's the coldest and driest, and also when most of the winter snow happens, which is even worse news for my skin. These days, when I wash my face, like it hurts to talk or make any sort of facial expression because my skin is just that dry. It is really bad, but these are the things I have learned make it easier to deal with over the years. Most obvious one, but one that I really need to stress the importance of, is a good moisturizer. Preferably something with a thicker texture as opposed to like more liquidy texture because that will protect your skin more. If you also have dry skin, your skin will die without moisturizer. Honestly, all skin types will die without a good moisturizer, but mainly dry skin. I use a Cetaphil daily moisturizing cream for dry to very dry sensitive skin, and there are a lot of moisturizers from Cetaphil that are very, very similar to this one, but it's not the exact. So, like, I'm very particular about the name of it. But it's $5 from Walmart for a 3 ounce tube, and it lasts forever. About 5 to 6 months on one thing for me, but I only use this on my face most of the time, and I have a really tiny face, so there's that too. Get a good thick moisturizer that you can use depending on how dry exactly your skin is. You may need to get a lighter moisturizer to use in the summer and a heavier one for the winter. I just use the same one year round because my skin is that dry, but do what works for you. Cetaphil and CeraVe, actually, and also CeraVe, I don't know if I'm saying it right. And also like Nivea, those are good brands that have good products for drier skin types. Aveeno has something that I really like too, but they have more things that suck, so wouldn't really recommend that. Next one that may or may not be super obvious is reevaluating how you're washing your face. I used to always use this cleanser for years actually that I thought worked really well, but it turns out it had most of all the worst things for dry skin. Parabens, sulfates, no good ingredients, pretty much the worst thing I could be putting on my face. It was pretty much idiotic how I kept using that for like 4 years and still wondered why my skin was so damn dry. You want to make sure you're using a cleanser that won't strip your skin if you have dry skin. All skin types actually should avoid stripping cleansers. Now I use a turmeric soap bar, which is cleansing, but it doesn't like strip my skin. Plus, it's good for acne and pigmentation / like uneven skin tone. Sometimes in the summer, if I go to the pool, my skin gets like really dry. So I use this Aveeno daily moisturizing cleanser, and same thing if it gets like really really dry in the winter any specific time. It works really well, and if you have persistent dry skin, then it might be a good one for you. And it also only has 10 ingredients, so it's safe for sensitive skin. But then again, if your skin is really sensitive, it might not work. 'Cause my mom tried it, and her face looked like a freaking tomato. My mom's skin is so sensitive, I literally can't. But a non-stripping cleanser to cleanse your face, what I'm saying. Going off my last point, there are certain ingredients you should avoid in skincare, no matter your skin type. You might essentially just be putting poison on your skin type. I was talking to my friend about this actually on Saturday, and she was so surprised, and she was like, "Wait, so my skincare products could literally be causing me cancer?" I'm like, "Yeah," and she's like, "What?" And I was like, "I know exactly. It's so crazy." And I explained this to her for like an hour straight. So yeah, you never know if you could be putting literal poison on your face. So those things are important to know. First one is sulfates. These are God knows what's that make cleansers and shampoos and body washes lather up and get like super foamy. Avoid at all costs. Sulfates are super stripping and a major carcinogen, which means they're like things that cause cancer. Because my friend didn't know this, so I'm just mentioning it. Sodium lauryl sulfate or SLS and sodium laureth sulfate or SLES. Those are two of the most common ones. There's also some things that are like sulfonate. Those are actually sulfates too, so those are also something to avoid. It's just really bad. Literally the worst thing you can do for your dry skin. And the next thing to avoid are silicones. These are found in a lot of moisturizers, cream-based products, and conditioners. They form an artificial layer over your skin and hair or whatever to protect it from external factors. But the reality is that layer actually suffocates your skin and can clog your pores. And it's really hard to get off your skin. Sometimes only sulfates can remove it, and that's just it's also a carcinogenic thing, causes cancer. Plus, your skin can become addicted or very reliant on these silicones. Basically, your skin can't go without the silicones, and your skin will be super duper dry unless you put on silicones, and it just gets worse and worse. Typical addiction chain. Usually any ingredient ending in like CONE or is a silicone, like the methicone, in with a methicone, the like. So overall really bad. Parabens are also really bad. They are preservatives. They can also be really drying to your skin, and another carcinogenic thing. Methylparaben and ethylparaben are really common ones. Fragrances, those are super bad for dry skin. And okay, this was so shocking to me when I found out, and the thing that shocked my friend the most too, there are 6,000 different chemicals, more than that probably, that could fall under the name of fragrance or parfum in a skincare product or a hair care product or a body care product. 6,000. And a lot of them are potentially deadly. No one really knows. There's not enough research on them, and that's kind of concerning. So really avoid fragrance and parfum or whatever. So yeah, most of these are carcinogenic, potentially deadly, like I said. There's tons more carcinogenic ingredients in skincare. I think I went over these in part 2 of my all things skincare episode, so you can definitely go check out that if you want more information on these. But those are a few of the most common ones and the ones that affect dry skin specifically. Like I said, go over the other ones in my skincare episodes. You can go listen to those. Those are actually some really good episodes. Those are really fun to do, so I would definitely recommend. But there are over 3,000 chemicals that are banned in Europe in skincare that are still used in the US. Only 13 are banned in the US, so that's something to watch out for. Making sure you drink enough water. Maybe your skin isn't even dry after all. There's a difference between dry and dehydrated skin. Dry skin, it lacks oil, while dehydrated skin, it lacks water. If your skin is dehydrated, no moisturizer seems to work. It also tends to look very dull and dead. Your skin is a good chunk of made up of water, so you need to make sure you're drinking enough water, and because it's really important. It can also help dry skin too, but it can like completely fix dehydrated skin just drinking enough water. Sometimes it can be really hard to tell. I used to think my skin was dehydrated for a period of time, but it is dry. It also probably is somewhat dehydrated because I drink nowhere near as much water as I should be drinking. So for me, drinking more water would actually help a bit, but I don't care enough to do so. So just try drinking enough water, or just a little bit more water for maybe a week and see how it affects your skin to figure out if it's dry or dehydrated. A fine line, but a very important one. Next one is sleeping on a silk or satin pillowcase. This one isn't a big one, but it does help. I got a satin pillowcase a few years ago, and it works really well for my skin and my hair. And honestly, at this point, it's like a mandate for my curly hair. Cotton rubs up a lot on your skin, and it causes a lot of friction too, and that can lead to dryness. But silk and satin are natural fibers, so they glide smoothly against your skin and don't have that drying effect. We also make sure your skin retains water throughout the night, and that can help with dry skin. Skin. What? Okay, silk is definitely the better of the two, but it's also more expensive. I have a satin pillowcase and I love it, so that is something that can help your skin a lot. Avoid like too hot water when you're taking a shower or washing your face. Hot water can really dry out your skin a ton. Instead, use like warm water, or cold water is fine too. Cold water can actually help. I only use like freezing cold water to wash my face, and I did this when I was trying to get rid of my dark under eyes, and it just stuck. And my skin has really improved because of washing my face with cold water. But really, really hot water can be very drying because it strips the oils from your skin, even the ones your skin actually needs. So that's just something to be mindful of. Use a humidifier, especially in the winter. Most people's skin gets super dry because of the cold or dry air, like drying out your skin. It's significantly worse this winter for me because I go out on runs and walks every single day. Plus, my room is always the coldest room in the house in the winter because of like that huge window I have. So a humidifier can help add moisture back into the air and prevent your skin from drying out. Kind of irrelevant, but it may also help people with like asthma because it's easier to breathe less dry air. So that's something that can really help you out in the winter. Okay, so those are all the things that really helped my dry skin, and I hope those help you if anyone out there has dry skin. I wanted to talk about some other random things you can do to get perfect skin, and a lot of them are already mentioned, like getting enough sleep, sleeping on a pillowcase, cleansing regularly, drinking enough water, etc., etc. There are still a few more things though that can help anyone with any skin type get good skin. And the first one is using sunscreen. There's actually this like 90-year-old dude that never wore sunscreen, and one side of his face is not that bad. Her 90-year-old, and the other side is sagging and like disgusting because that side of his face was the one that faced the window while driving. So in the short term, sunscreen won't really make a difference, but more the sunscreen now, your 80 or 90-year-old self will really thank you. Trust me. Something I really need to get working on. Like I don't want to end up like my mom's sun damaged skin. Okay, it's not bad, but she firmly believes against sunscreen and really any skincare product. So yeah, but that could be a result of her having super sensitive skin. But she firmly like she will not use sunscreen. She uses sunscreen literally once or twice a year when we go to the beach because she feels like, oh, well, maybe now it's necessary. I'm like, it's literally necessary the whole year. So I'm trying to be better about that. But and I have seen her own skin. Like, it is tan, but it looks sun damaged. It is very sun damaged. Like, the difference between, like, because she always wears t-shirts, so like her shoulder area, it's like significant. The skin there is significantly better than the area on like her forearm, which is super sun damaged. So I don't want that to happen to me. There's always sun outside of even outside of summer, even when it's snowing or cloudy, all the time. So wear the sunscreen. Next one is a healthy diet. If you want good skin, 99% of it comes from inside. Berries, they have antioxidants that can even your skin tone. Yogurt, it can hydrate your skin. Any green veggies have iron to have good blood circulation. Oranges for vitamin C, all those things. Fruits, really, like any sort of fruit, always good for your skin. Nuts are a great source of healthy fats to hydrate dry skin. You don't need all these fancy skincare products or serums or treatments or whatever. You just need to eat healthy. People in Korea don't go on crazy fad diets and spend thousands on skincare products. They eat fruits and veggies and rice. They walk around. Simple things like that. Homemade face masks. I love DIY face masks. At least for me, homemade face masks are so much more effective than any store-bought face masks to ever exist. I literally quit buying these. I have a few face masks from Freeman that I like though, so yeah, and they're not expensive at all, so you can try those out if you're interested. I love the brand Freeman. It's actually a really good brand. But my all-time favorite Holy Grail face mask that can help anyone from all skin types is just 2 tablespoons of yogurt, preferably Greek yogurt because it's like thicker. And 2 teaspoons of honey. So you want to mix it up and you want to slather a thick enough layer on your face and leave it on for about 20 minutes and just wash it off with cold water. The yogurt can gently exfoliate your skin because of the lactic acid in it, plus it hydrates your skin. Honey is an antioxidant, it cleanses your pores and makes your skin look brighter and better. This is great for literally every skin concern. I love this one. But there's 400 million different face mask recipes if you want to do a Google search. Just play around and figure out what your skin likes. Exercise, probably another major reason I have good skin. I exercise for at least an hour every day without fail, unless I'm on my period. But that's a lot for anyone, but that's because I'm young and I need an hour of exercise a day. So yeah, exercise can improve your blood circulation, making your skin look more radiant, and improve blood circulation can help just about really any skin type. I exercise a lot because I'm young, but most adults need maybe like 30 minutes, 34 times a week. But what I think is better is 30 minutes every day. Um, so yeah, you can alternate between harder workouts like strength training and then walks on other days to get kind of like an active rest, stretching, yoga. I have 2 active rest days a week where I do just to walk and stretch, just get moving for even a little bit every day and see the difference. Washing your pillowcase and sheets regularly. Tons of us don't wash our pillowcases and sheets enough. I can't remember the last time I washed my pillowcase. But ideally you should be washing them at least once a week. There's too much dirt and icky stuff that accumulates on our pillowcases and sheets. Hair product residue, dust, the like. Learn how to wash a satin pillowcase if you have to, or silk pillowcase if you have to. Like, figure it out. You should probably do laundry every week anyway. Just throw the sheets in the washer too and wash your pillowcase. Figure it out. Not that hard. So that was all I had to say on my tips on how to get glowing and clear skin. I hope those tips help you like they helped me. Now, to end our episode today, I have a quote for you guys from an unknown author. It goes, "The best foundation you can wear is healthy, glowing skin." Bye, guys. Rate, review, follow, and share this podcast. Please, please, please go follow me on Instagram. Drink some water, and I love you all.